All right, we're going to call the meeting to order. Thank you everyone for your time here today. We'll start with the land acknowledgement, please.
We would like to acknowledge that the Capital Region is located on Treaty 1 territory, the ancestral lands of the Innu, Anishinaabe, Inisininu, Dene, Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota, and is the homeland of the Red River Métis. We also acknowledge Shoal Lake 40, Treaty 3 territory, sources water to the city of Winnipeg. We are committed to working in collaboration and partnership with First Nations and the Red River Métis in the spirit of truth and reconciliation.
Thank you. We then have an agenda before, so I'll ask for a motion for approval of the agenda, please. Thank you, Krista. Thank you.
Discussion first, Mr. Chairman. Do we want to move 9 and 10 up above 8?
Okay, I was going to ask for additions or deletions so we could do this for sure. Okay, so business arising from previous board meeting and 10 is new business?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's an item of new business that
I don't know if there's or not, just so that we can just, instead of going into close and then coming back.
Oh, yes, we don't, yes, absolutely. So that we don't have to anything potentially in camera and then come back for sake of, yes.
We do that in new business.
Okay. So I will say yes with if there are any resolutions that come from the in-camera portion, then we will have to come back into the regular meeting. But I don't have a problem with moving it. And then we can just play that as it is, if that's the board's. And I'll ask the mover, give me a seconder first to the agenda, and then I'm going to do the additions and deletions. So Krista, Shane. Yeah. Okay, so then the one suggestion was that, are there any other additions or deletions so we can just do it all as a whole, if there are? Okay, so to the mover and seconder with the request, are you okay with it?
I'll approve.
Obviously the seconder's made that, so you're okay with it. So then I'll call for the question, all in favor as amended for the agenda. Okay, and that is unanimous and carried. Thank you. So we'll go 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 8. Right? Adoption of meeting minutes of previous meeting. We have minutes that have been sent to us for our July 23rd meeting. Can I get a motion to approve? Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Delmer. Seconds. Any questions about the minutes? Comments? If none being heard, then all in favor? That is unanimous and carried. Thank you. We then go to approval of consent agenda, and there is 2 items under it. That would be the 2025 Financial Audit Board communication and the financial Q2 report. So approval, motion please for adoption of the consent agenda. Thank you, Delmer. Second. Ken, thank you. Any questions or comments about the agenda? Okay, if none being heard, then all in favor of the consent agenda. That is unanimous and carried. Natalie, for the financial audit board communication, please.
Okay, so the board audit communication. So this is a auditor's communication report that was included in your package. The document summarizes the scope of the audit, key findings, and required communications between the auditor and the board. There were no significant issues identified, and with this report, the 2025 audit process is now completed. As it relates to the other document, which is the Q2 financial report, overall the report is largely uneventful. Revenues and expenses are tracking with the approved budget, and the organization remains in a strong financial position coming into the third quarter. Some of the favorable variances we're seeing are attributed to staffing changes and lower expenses during the leadership transition period. But there are a few items I do want to bring to your attention. So first, you'll notice that the membership fee revenue is currently tracking as budgeted. From an accounting perspective, this reflects invoices that have been issued and the revenue that has been recognized. However, there are 2 former member municipalities that have not yet remitted their 2026 membership fees. So based on discussions and the information that I have available to me, I don't anticipate receiving those fees. The province is aware of that situation. Should these fees remain uncollected, the board may wish to consider options to address the resulting revenue shortfall, because any unrecovered amounts will need to be addressed as part of the year-end financial results. Last year there was a similar issue, and that funding gap was mitigated through provincial support.
Just a quick question on that. So if I recall correctly, the city matches what's there.
Correct.
So then that would impact the city's amount?
I don't think so, because the city still owed that amount. Those members were still there at the beginning of the year. They just haven't paid. So it's something we can pursue with the province. They provided us top-up funding to make up that balance. Yeah.
Okay. But if they didn't pay it, does the city have to match it?
Yeah, that's what I wonder.
Because it's still the amount owed based on the membership that was there. So that was the total at the beginning of 2026.
Okay, but I just so I can understand this, but if they didn't pay it at all,
Yeah.
It's basically like a bad debt expense, if you
Yes.
will. This is technically, so it's money that's, I'll use the term earned, just to use the business analogy. It's on the books as an accounts receivable.
right?
And we're just trying to verify if the accounts receivable will be realized or if it'll become bad debt. In which
Oh,
case, then we
okay,
go to the
sure.
province and say, can you account for the bad debt so that we can remain
Got it.
flush?
Okay. Just trying to scoop money, you know?
Appreciate the offer.
Okay.
Situation.
Open the barrel.
Second, you'll notice that the FRS revenue is tracking lower than budgeted. This is attributed to several annual license renewal invoices that had not been issued at the end of the quarter. So these invoices have now been issued and most of the payments have been received. Third, there's some bank expenses that are currently exceeding budget, and this is primarily due to interest charges that occurred on corporate credit cards. And this was discussed also in the first quarter report, and some of these banking challenges and access challenges that persisted throughout that leadership transition and into the second quarter. And again, we don't anticipate that being ongoing. And finally, there's a few variances with IT expenditures, and this is again related to categorization rather than increased spending. So we're continuing to refine those processes, and future financial reports should provide greater consistency and clarity.
Are you looking for a motion for the acceptance or is that communication and information only?
That was communication, but the last meeting we did accept it. So
On both the audit board communication or just the financial
probably
report?
just the financial report.
So I also think what I'd feel more comfortable if we had a formal acceptance of that Q2 report. So I'll take a motion for acceptance of the Q2 report, please. Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Tim. Again, are there any other questions or comments about that Q2 financial report? Okay, hearing none, then all in favor? And I do have unanimous and carried on that. Thank you. Board chair remarks, just a few things. As we look to go into the fall season, we've mentioned already just in the financial that we have communication we'll need to make with the minister in regards to those membership fees. We are looking to meet, just to inform everyone, on September the 11th. We'll be meeting with Minister Simard. We want to discuss a few things such as the status of the report and as we've talked about, and the January 1st date, and how we believe that just with the upcoming municipal election that we're going to need a bit more time just to allow municipalities, board members, that should there be a change at the head of council, that individual can either come or appoint, and it'll just take some time for a learning curve. And we want that person or persons to ensure that they have all the information that they need so as to make good decisions. And that might just be a little tough to do with the January 1st. So that's on the agenda as well. And then the public hearing as far as date and having it at the legislature and just some of the parameters of what that'll look like. So unless there's anything else that the board members would like brought forward, that's where we're at right now. And who is it all? It's yourself and Shane and myself, right? So right now, so yeah, if there's other things that come up, please feel free to forward them to us. We have a bit of time yet before we go, and we're happy to, we'll probably get our standard half an hour with the minister, I'm guessing, is kind of how their meeting appointments go. So talk fast, listen well. Okay, thank you. And just, everyone, wish everyone well in the upcoming election. We know it's on everyone's mind right now. This is
Not my mind.
well, you're also assisting your next to be, so
exactly.
wish everyone well, and in whatever capacity, whether they're stepping down and moving on to other things, thank you everyone for those that have run and those that will continue to run. We're grateful. Operations update, we have two items under 7. One is an FCM capacity development partner grant, and 7.2 is a regional plan update. So again, Natalie, please.
I just wanted to brief you on the FCM Capacity Development Partner Grant. It's been a while since we've spoken about that. So if you may recall, we were awarded a grant in 2025 to support capacity building around sustainable development across the region. So we're pleased with the progress we've made to date and remain on schedule. The project is focused on developing a learning hub that will provide member municipalities with access to information, tools, and resources that support implementation of the regional plan and other shared regional priorities. So the current phase of work is focused on engaging subject matter experts and gathering content that can help address priorities that we identified through the regional planning and engagement process. So we've engaged a range of local, national, and international experts who are excited about contributing to this project. Areas of focus currently include senior serving communities, rural transportation, and green infrastructure, among other topics. We're also exploring opportunities to work with organizations like the Manitoba Association of Senior Communities, which might help facilitate future conversations with people like the regional health authorities and other partners on issues of shared interest across the region. So beyond the Learning Hub itself, these partnerships are helping expand the expertise, the resources, and connections available to you as member municipalities. So our next phase of work will focus on developing content and resources for the hub, and we plan to launch that in early 2027. We've also submitted an application for the second phase of this FCM funding, and if approved, it will help build on the Learning Hub and support implementation of the regional plan through collaborative initiatives focused on drainage, watershed management, and other shared regional priorities. Any questions on that?
Okay, thank you for that.
Would you like me to speak to the regional plan?
Yeah, we'll do 7.2 then for sure.
Since our last meeting, staff have continued to advance engagement phase 2 of the regional planning process. Over the last month, efforts have primarily focused on discussions with the province of Manitoba's Technical Advisory Committee. So the committee has provided preliminary feedback from a provincial perspective, which will help inform ongoing work on the regional plan. Staff are currently reviewing feedback received through both the provincial and public engagement processes, and will provide further updates to the board as this work progresses. So we're preparing an engagement phase 2 what we heard report, which will summarize feedback received from municipalities, stakeholders, and the public. And this input that's been collected through engagement continues to provide us valuable insight into community priorities, opportunities, and areas requiring additional discussion. It also has reinforced the importance of providing a clear, accessible information through the planning process. And we're working on developing those communication materials that should support you and your discussions about who we are as the region. So this work continues, and we will continue to be guided by the board direction on regional priorities.
Any questions for that?
All the departments got back to you?
Correct.
Anyone else? Okay, done being heard, that was information. We'll then skip over 8 as per our request for agenda. We had business arising from previous board meeting then, so 9.1 was update on organizational name change.
I just wanted to briefly revisit that discussion point about the organizational name change. We continue to assess the implications, requirement, and the costs associated with what that would be. So it's progressing well, but we aren't yet in a position to bring that forward and provide recommendations or findings. So we expect to provide that to the board with a more comprehensive update once our analysis is completed.
And what are we changing it to? Back to what it was?
That's part of the discussion.
Oh, okay. It was part of the changing it, but okay.
So we're looking at all of that, including
Sure.
what the direction you'd like to follow.
What implications are.
Costs,
Yeah.
cost benefit.
And I mean, there's the cost benefit, but then there's also what do you call it? Just the awareness,
Yeah, just the understanding.
Yeah.
What gives the general public a greater understanding?
Yes.
Yeah, and are there any positive or negative connotations
Right.
with any of it that may sway some people one way or another, right?
Especially right now, when there's so much question over what's going on, so I think that's where we led with our discussion last time, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. One last call, just any questions on the comments on that organizational name? Okay, if not, then we'll move 9.2 is request for regional plan submission extension. Briefly spoke to that in my comments. January was, still is, because we haven't been granted, but we would be asking for spring. It's not a definitive date, but March, April was kind of where we talked last meeting, unless there's anyone that wants to speak differently and say it needs to be something or other.
Well, it's gotta be at least till April, because you could get the possibility of a brand new council, not sure what they're doing, and they're going to learn their orientation first, what they need to know that, yeah, you can't just get on and do one thing, it's good governance, and you only have one employee, and they need to learn how to read the budget. Like, there's a lot that goes into being a counselor, or a deputy reeve, or like a mayor. And I think they need to be comfortable in that role before we throw them into the pool and go, you need to learn this now. And that's not really fair.
So I don't know if we're going into the meeting, we'll talk. As far as a definitive date, I think we're looking for an openness from, kind of read and react from the minister. Would be what I'm thinking. Is there something that is hard and fast? You know, does he start throwing darts with his eyes all of a sudden when you suggest this, or is there a basic understanding that, you know what, yeah, we want to do this right and do it well?
Mhm.
Yeah, does he have an appetite for change?
Yeah, so if it's okay with the board, that we just kind of read and react as opposed to going in with a
Yeah.
definitive date.
I agree.
But
Yeah.
I'm thinking spring.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
I think that's way. Going with a date.
Summer doesn't
then-
hit till the 21st of June officially, so.
When is their election? When is theirs? Is it fall?
Well, that's the other
October?
thing,
Or
the
maybe
province
spring?
has to call by October of 2027 or sooner, is my understanding.
Or sooner?
Or sooner.
Well, they have the option to sooner, but by October of 2027 is the.
Oh, and that's when they have to have an election by.
Yes,
Got it. Okay.
so whether they choose to call a spring election or
Sure.
not, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, this will be fun. Okay.
Mhm.
yes. We go from
I'll be
municipal
reading.
silly
I'll
season
be
to
reading.
official silly season. Any other comments about that, or,
I was just gonna add that the letter has been submitted, so that
Yes.
you have our request. We did leave it open, and yeah, that's it.
That's all you can do.
that is it right now for the open. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna call for a recess. I won't call for an adjournment of the meeting till after we've done our in-camera session, just in the event that there are things that come out. But I will ask then for a motion to pause and to move into camera. So I'll take that from Janice, makes a motion, I have a seconder then, and Shane. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous and carried. So then
You're back.
Okay. Thank you. So from camera, we do have a couple items of new business. One is the executive director appointment. The motion would be to extend the interim executive director, being Natalie Lagasse, for a term that was to end at the end of August, that it be extended till December 31st of 2026. Is someone prepared to make that motion? I got Janice and Shane on that. Questions?
Nope.
All in favor? That's unanimous and carried. We thank you very much, Natalie, for being willing to take that on. It's been great to have seen you step into the role and to do the work that you're doing. It's much appreciated. Okay. Just for the sake of those watching, we did have a conversation about September and October meetings we're going to continue with. Just because of the municipal election, there was some comment in regarding, making sure we're just acting within the 42-day window prior to municipal election of what things could be said or decided or not decided, and we will be acting within those parameters, but we still can do communication and have updates, and so we still will honor those September and October meeting dates. I think then that was it, unless someone wants to bring a point of order that I've missed something. If none's being heard, then I'll take a motion to adjourn, please. Krista and Delmer, thank you. All in favor? As you